Welcome back to another video. I gotta pause this. Welcome back.
All through history, we have imagined huge monsters that might come and screw things up for us like Godzilla or King Kong. But we didn't even need to imagine them because there have always been huge animals on Earth, and some of them are still alive today. Prepare yourself to meet some truly enormous monsters that you might never have heard of.
Animals and dinosaurs and dragons and creatures.
From the enormous prehistoric snake, who was as long as 2 school buses, to the supersized snake who loves the water. Here's 15 giant animals you didn't know existed.
Let's start it. Okay.
Number 15. Titanoboa. The Titanoboa has been extinct for a long time, but this was a truly monstrous and giant snake. It was more than 40 feet long and could weigh around 2,500 pounds. This absolutely terrifying giant was discovered in Colombia, where fossilized remains were dug up and dated back to around 60 million years ago. So you don't have to worry about this one for now, unless someone does a Jurassic Park and brings it back to life from DNA or something. It is the largest snake ever discovered, and it lived for a period of about 10 million years during what is known as the Middle to Late Paleocene epoch. This epoch is one which followed the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event, which famously wiped out all the dinosaurs and a whole bunch of other stuff too. An expedition led by paleontologist Jonathan Block of the United States dug this massive snake up in 2009. He became even more famous when a full-scale model of a Titanoboa was displayed at Grand Central Terminal, New York City, as part of a promotion for the Smithsonian. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
Stop.
Number 14.
Okay,
Giant Anaconda. If you weren't worried about the extinct Titanoboa, then you can stop feeling relieved for now, because the giant anaconda is alive and well and living in our forests today. This is the snake heavyweight, and it's the heaviest snake of any current living species, and also one of the longest. This snake is seriously thick, and this allows it to swallow some enormous prey items. Usually they like to feast on fish, birds, tapirs, wild pigs, capybara, and caimans, but they have even eat jaguars, and it might take a while to digest a whole jaguar, but this 550-pound snake, with a body circumference of more than a foot, has no problem swallowing it down. That weight just helps them with constriction, which is how they kill their prey. They coil around the victim, flexing their muscles tighter every time the victim breathes out, until their hypersensitive skin can feel that the heartbeat has stopped, and it's time to get to the swallowing. These snakes are super swimmers and are considered semi-aquatic due to all the time they spend in the water. And if you are wondering whether they eat people, well, the answer is that, yes, they do. So better keep clear of this huge animal. Number 13. Glyptodon. Glyptodon was an animal that resembled the modern armadillo. In fact, armadillos are the little relatives of this giant, which was absolutely enormous, being about the same size and weight as a Volkswagen Beetle. They lived during the Pleistocene and were heavily armored, having to deal with some pretty intense predators back in those days. The word Glyptodon due to their unusual teeth. One thing that has interested scientists about this animal is that it looks kinda like a turtle even though they are not related.
Also, penguins
which provides evidence for the theory that animals can end up figuring out how to evolve very similar forms even without being related. It is believed that the first fossils of this giant were found by the godfather of evolution, Charles Darwin. He found a femur and a part of a tail, but at the time he didn't realize it was a new species, believing it to be a part of an already discovered monster, the giant ground sloth. Turns out it was a brand new animal and one which scientists are still discussing to this day, 200 years after its discovery. Number 12. Giant Mekong catfish. The giant Mekong catfish is a huge catfish that is critically endangered.
Any catfish, because my catfish died. No. Why does that have to happen? I can't watch that.
Native to the Mekong Delta in Southeast Asia and China. These fish are different from other catfish as they do not have the barbels on their face, which resemble cat whiskers, and they also do not have teeth.
The biggest one, but they're basically the weakest one.
However, the giant Mekong catfish holds the record as the largest freshwater fish in the world, and they can grow to 10 feet and more than 600 pounds. However, the largest catch by a person was 8'10" and weighed 646 pounds. Conservationists are working hard to try and save this iconic fish from extinction, and its range and numbers have been catastrophically reduced in recent years due to habitat destruction by humans. 80% of all giant Mekong catfish have died in the last 14 years, and new dam projects will wipe out at least 40% of those that remain. Fishing and trading this fish are now banned, but even before the ban, only 7 to 11 of them were spotted in the Mekong, meaning numbers are likely extremely low. Number 11. Megatherium americanum. We mentioned it already, and of course it's now time to take